So these refuges and precepts are, they're very, it's a very ancient way of gathering our intention, gathering our heart and mind, and aligning ourselves within the stream, the lineage of Buddhist teachings, and honoring that these teachings have been preserved and passed on to us since the time of the Buddha, almost 2,600 years ago. So as we begin, and you can either chant with me or you can listen, you can read the English if you want, just perhaps opening the heart and mind to ground ourselves in this lineage and in this intention, in this commitment. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. So in taking refuge, we are aligning ourselves. It's not only with something outside ourselves, it is something bigger than ourselves, but it is also something that we are embodying in our lives, moment by moment, returning to and remembering and beginning again to embody these refuges of being Buddha, being Dharma, being Sangha, discovering and finding again, how is the Dharma unfolding in my life in this moment? How am I embodying the Sangha, the community, in this moment, being Sangha in the world? So it's an ongoing discovery and practice. And so as we now chant the five precepts, these are also commitments to practice non-harming, to find ways of being in each moment which are harmonious, which honor our interconnection, our interdependence with all of life. And again, you can chant the Pali with me, or you can read the English. I pause for a few seconds after each one, just to contemplate what these mean to us right now, and could be a changing, something that changes all the time. And not only to think about These are framed in terms of undertaking the training to refrain from harm, but also what's the opposite in the sense of the flip side, the positive? How can I cultivate supporting life? How can I cultivate not stealing and also generosity, giving what I can? So I like to, when I practice these, to take a moment to just let them sink in and think about how can I live from the spirit of these precepts. Panatipata Veramani Sikapadam Samadhiyami. Adinadana Veramani Sikapadam Samadhiyami. Kamesu Michachara Veramani Sikapadam Samadhiyami. Musawada Veramani Sikapadam Samadhiyami. Sura Maraya Maja Pamadatana Veramani Sikapadam Samadhiyami. Idami Silam Maga Phala Nyanasa Pachayo Hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Anumodami. I love that these precepts end with I rejoice. They do bring such joy to have this sense of integrity and this sense that to the best of our capacity, and the practice of precepts is not about perfection, and it's not about shaming and blaming. It's really about aspiring and beginning again and reaching toward a life that is truly not causing harm and supporting the lives of others. So I invite you to please take a posture for meditation. And welcome to those who have joined in the last couple of minutes. Glad to have you here. So whatever that posture is for you today, whether it's sitting on a bench or chair, or standing or lying down. So gathering attention, your presence into the body. Feeling the body supported by Mother Earth. Honoring Mother Earth. And bringing into our circle today, thinking about workers, all of those who support our life by working, It's May Day. It's the day in which those who work, we all do some kind of work, especially thinking of those who maybe are really even on the front lines, those who supply our food, those who supply our healthcare, education, those who are perhaps working in ways that are very challenging, in conditions that are very painful or difficult or unsafe even. And bringing these into the field, into our field of awareness as we begin our practice. Coming home into the body, noticing how the body is comported, what's the posture of the body, and bringing a quality of balance and aliveness, energy, in the best way that you can, in what feels most appropriate for you. So if you're sitting, lifting through the spine, finding a quality of balance and ease in the body. And bringing a sense of mindfulness, this present moment attention, which is kind and open and non-judging and accepting of things as they are to this body, as it is right in this moment. And we can gather the mind, which perhaps may be a bit scattered, thinking of past or future. Driven by energies of restlessness, or perhaps mired in sleepiness, however the mind and body are showing up, can gather the attention by bringing our attention to the breath, focusing on the whole in breath, whole out breath. Including the space at the end of the out breath before the next in breath arises. Let's maintain attention in that space. You might focus your attention on a particular place in the body to feel the breath. You might just feel the breath in the whole body, whatever is most helpful for you, most supportive. Just letting the breath breathe itself. If you notice that there's some tension around the breath, just bringing mindfulness to that, bringing mindfulness to the tightness or constriction that you may find perhaps around the breath, in the breath. Just that mindfulness invites that holding, that constriction. It invites it to relax, let go. Gathering attention into the body, into the breath. And it could be an object, doesn't have to be the breath. It could be body sensation, it could be sound arising and passing away. Present moment sensation. Gathering mindfulness helps us to align mind and body and grounds us in the present moment. And this is not the end of meditation. This is a very important part of meditation. Meditation is a way of discovering the mind, training the mind, discovering what are the energies of the mind that drive us to create harmful conditions, to do unskillful things, harmful things towards ourselves and others, and to stop doing them, to let them go, and to learn what creates benefit, happiness, and peace for ourselves and others. And to do those things, to align the mind in that way, to align the speech and our actions in those skillful ways, to bring peace and joy and well-being to ourselves and others. As the mind becomes a bit more settled in our practice, and we're less caught in the stories and fantasies and narratives, and we can inhabit a little bit the space at the end of the out-breath, the space between thoughts. The space of awareness, which is open. You can discover that there are energies, habitual energies, that drive our thought, speech, and action. In Buddhist teaching, these are called the floods. The floods we get caught in. Pali word is asavas. Traditionally, they're talking about grasping after sensual experience, so grasping can also be pushing away, and constructing a sense of identity, a sense of self. I am this, I'm not that. I'm good, I'm not like that person. I'm ugly, I wish I were more beautiful. All of these are asavas. My body is unhealthy, I'm a victim. All of these are ways we construct a self. And beliefs. Beliefs are another way. It should be like this. Everybody should do that. This is right. This is wrong. And ignorance. Turning away. So there are many, many ways that the asavas manifest pride, greed, judgment. And when we're not aware of them, they're driving us. We're caught up in them. We're just being moved along by them. The way a flood just carries along branches and debris. We're just floating along. And these practices enable us to get across the floods to the dry land, the other shore. And we've cultivated, many of us, all of us have cultivated many skillful qualities of mind. Mindfulness. So waking up in the moment and noticing without judging ourselves. So mindfulness is such a skillful quality, and we've all cultivated that. And letting go, renunciation, compassion for ourselves and others, kindness. We've cultivated skillful intentions to wake up in this moment, to wake up for our own welfare and the welfare of others. And these skillful intentions can be a kind of organizing principle of our lives that carry us across the floods. And so in this practice, I'd like to invite you to bring a kind of inquiry into each moment. Some moments, perhaps, will be carried away by certain energies, like wanting or aversion or dullness of mind or restlessness. And when mindfulness reminds us to come back to this moment and be aware, just inquiring into the energy of that. What is driving us? Not analyzing, but just feeling in the body. What is that that's driving us in this moment? And obscuring the capacity to be fully here, fully present. And as we begin again, what motivates us? What is our intention? What helps us to begin again with this breath? What's the commitment we're making to ourselves and to life? How do you find that in your own heart mind? I invite you to explore that in the remaining time of this meditation. And of course, always coming back, regrounding in the body, breath. As we come to the end of the sitting, let's open our heart and mind and include all beings in the blessings of our practice, offering the goodness of our lives and our practice to serve happiness, well-being, and liberation of all beings. near and far, those who are being born and those who are dying. Those in every part of the earth. And the earth herself. The land, the forests, the rivers, lakes and oceans, the atmosphere, the clouds, our home. May our practice be a blessing to all.